hey, it happened. Let's go. You lost. Good. Right. Go figure out how you win next time. Right. Become stronger, become better. Your plan didn't work. Figure out a new plan. Right. Better plan. Hello, and welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. We publish episodes twice a week about franchising and business. Each Monday, we'll release a 30-minute episode where we dive deep into a topic. Thursdays are our shorter, lighter episodes where we will discuss things like business resources or topics of personal growth. I am one of your hosts, Pete Gilfillan, and I'm joined with my business partner, Nat Truitt. And together we have every experience in business and franchise ownership. We have worked hard over the years to realize our dreams and control our own destinies. Our experience will help you become a better business owner and franchisee so that you can live life on your own terms. Well, we're taping this podcast as we are, I think, about ready to be shut down as a country. It is the Corona. I had Corona beer last night, by the way. But the coronavirus, as we try to deal with it, to try to slow this thing down, lower the curve so that our wonderful healthcare providers, our caregivers can keep up with this thing. I want to talk today in this podcast about leadership, because I think we need as I guess, head of households to owning businesses to being part of the community, we need leaders to get through this. So I want to talk about leadership today. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I love that. I feel like I've been on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster the last week or so, and I'm sure a lot of other people are in the same boat.
Yeah, I caught myself the other day. We were talking about all the bad stuff about Corona, and I decided that wasn't good for my family. I was taking them down a path, and so I decided then in there that I wasn't going to participate. I'm not going to sit and talk about it at dinner, about all the bad things, the good things and stuff like that. I'm not going to buy into it. I understand this is a serious thing. We're doing all the things we need to do to protect our family and self-isolate and all that good stuff. But the idea is that I decided that I was going to lead the family. I was going to make sure we had the supply. By the way, we have toilet paper. We're okay there. But I think really is to be the leader of your family, to take them through this. And it's about having the right mindset. And so that I think we all need to be leaders when it comes to our families. Now, we also have to be leaders with our business. I know you have multiple different businesses. Tell me a little bit about how you stand up as a leader with your business in these tough times.
Well, I think a lot of it is kind of that concept of turning lemons into lemonade, right? So it's like this is kind of bringing to the forefront why we do a lot of things, for my senior care company and things like that. It just is reinforcing, the best practices. And, with franchising too, even, that's kind of the beauty of franchising is there's lots of policies and procedures and processes in place. And so I do think it helps you to be able to stand up under bad circumstances. But for us, we're using this as an opportunity to be like, how can we make our business better? How can we make it leaner? How can we make it faster? How can we better support our employees and just really kind of get some of the kinks out of the business at this point and use it as a learning experience? How can we better use technology, right, to work remote? How can we better communicate with our employees? So I think all those things come into place. And I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he was an older gentleman. He's like, this is a gift. This is an opportunity. He's like, when you think about it, families are spending time around the dinner table this week, right? Because, kids are home even from college. So this is a gift. And I was like, that's totally true, actually. Just last night we had dinner together as a family, and that doesn't happen too often because, travel baseball or, all these different things are taking us 10 different directions. So I think just turning lemons into lemonade and actually with the extra time, spend it with your kids. We've been actually playing card games at night, which I'm not the biggest games guy, but I'm like, this isn't a gift. So I'm going to spend this time and make some memories. Right.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing. We've had dinner 3 nights in a row. We've all been around the table and stuff like that. And so we haven't killed each other yet. So that's all good. But I think that's right. And my kids were, all 4 of my kids were playing Nintendo Switch or Mario Kart or whatever it was last night. So it is good to see this bringing families together during, normally crazy times. We're coming together, and that's good. I think about yesterday, you and I were watching a video of Jocko. right?
Yes.
And he kind of talks about, hey, listen, all right, this happened, good, right?
Right.
So, that was pretty cool. You shared that with me yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, he's that Navy SEAL guy, and he's got the Jocko podcast, and he's just, kind of that it's better to be, it's better to attack, or mentally it's better to be like proactive versus being on the defense or on your heels. And kind of like what you're saying, taking leadership at this point is, I think it's better than just kind of crying in our milk, like, oh, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. I'd rather be just more on my toes and make the best out of this. That's all we can do. And also it helps us realize our place in the universe, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess the world doesn't revolve around me.
Yeah. Well, I like you just as like, stand up. Just, Hey, it happened. Let's go. You lost. Good. Right. Yeah. Go figure out how you win next time. Right. Become stronger, become better. Your plan didn't work. Figure out a new plan, right? Better plan, but figure it out. He's very inspirational.
Yeah.
He'd be a tough dad. You and I had tough dads, but I think he'd probably be a really tough dad.
Yeah. So, I feel like he'd make you like go out and do lots of push-ups and sit-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about leadership. Both of us, we work with franchise companies, right? So we refer our candidates to franchise companies. And in what I tell people now is they're investigating franchises, is you get to see firsthand the leadership of these franchise companies. And so as you're now validating them, you can ask franchisees, how did they do in terms of helping their franchisees through kind of a crisis, right? Did they stand up as leaders and help their franchise organization get through the tough times?
Yeah. That's actually been one of the biggest kind of obstacles or mental objections people have had over the last 10 years. They're like, well, how's this going to perform in a recession? So good. We've got a recession, right? So let's now, hopefully in 3 or 6 months, we can look back and be like, hey, this franchise supported its locations, and and I think there's gonna be some that kind of wash out, to be honest. But good, like Jocko says, good. Then you know the ones that are going to wash out, and then the ones that are going to stand up, and that's where you can deploy your capital and spend your time. Join the strong.
Yeah, I heard a story the other day where the franchisor, the head of the franchise system, is having a call 3 times a week with the franchisees and just walking them through what they need to be doing in each phase of this thing as we go down some troubled waters from a standpoint. Yeah. I also heard of another franchise company that they said to the franchisees, hey, hold back. You don't have to pay your royalties now. We'll give you 90 days. If you need more time, we'll let you know. So it's that type of leadership that's going to carry these franchisees through, or at least give them a shot.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so I think people should be encouraged. The birds are still chirping, the leaves are still going to turn, and spring and summer will be here before we know it, and we'll all survive this together.
Yeah, I think it's just as we go into this, whether it's us as leaders of our families, our businesses, in our communities and stuff like that, we all have to stand up and just be, I'll throw one more thing in there. We just need to be kind, right?
Yes.
So I keep telling my kids, we have to be patient and kind, and just, this is a tough time for everybody. So let's not get upset about stuff. Let's just kind of work through whatever we got to do. And to your point, let's just stand up and walk forward and go.
Yeah, I like that. I think it helps. For me, it's really helping put things in perspective. I think we all spend it's just a great opportunity to spend time with our family and try to make our businesses better and see the good in things.
Yeah, absolutely. What is it? What does Jocko say? If you're breathing, things are good, right?
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Hire Yourself podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, give us a rating, and leave a comment on iTunes or wherever you're listening to our podcast. Hire Yourself offers some great resources on our website at hireyourself.com. And if you would like more content regularly, follow us on LinkedIn or Facebook. We look forward to you listening again to help you on your journey of living life on your own terms.